mentioned by Dr. Arun, self-monitoring is one approach to doing things. Self-regulation and self-science, everybody knows that if you put a helmet on, you're likely to save your stuff. But self-regulation, how active has the industry's compliance been?
Friends, first of all, I must congratulate Pawan for having really, I would say, hand-holding through this process of, words are insufficient to describe, sir. You have done. He started, is very well aware that trans fats are bad. Here, that 2008-2009, Vanaspati industry was the investment. How much the trans fat is intake to different diets in our country? Some say earlier the regulations were so that in our country, and this itself was making the industry produce Vanaspati because having the highest trans into it, more trans containing, and nowhere in the world this melting point limit of 10% max was fixed up. And now, so industry is really, I must say, committed to bring it down, bringing it to, as we promised in 2012, to 5% limit. And last 10th July 2018, I remember the day, 2% by 2022. And I can assure, sir, a significant progress. I would say Vanaspati has been able to bring it down to 2% when we go for trans fatty acid free products, they become softer. Otherwise, then you cannot make the, many of you chefs are here, you cannot make the thali of products.
Sir. Welcome, sir. Our association president. Thank you very much. Welcome, sir. We're doing different city only. Delhi we are doing it second time. Otherwise we do every time different city.
You're more aware of these situations. How do you transmit it down to other people who form your group? Not necessarily restaurants, but the small.
I don't know how many of you know that today's lunch is completely made from trans fat. We have got it. There is sodium, there is sugar. Anything goes beyond certain limit or unnatural, it becomes very difficult. I think trans fat is even seen in 2,000, 2,500 years back. I don't know you know it or not. It does. But if you see the common transcript, it says normal. If you see now, you take the latest book on deep nutrition, you find the same thing. I think you have to follow the same thing.
I'm making a very brief summary comments and then hand over the mic for you to give us. Second, that there is enough evidence to show that observational data which has supported it. And now there are intervention data which have supported that by reducing trans fat, reducing mortality, reducing cardiac. One of the big sources in the country, we moved from Vanaspati over a period of time with the content of trans fats in Vanaspati. The other stuff is we talked about the active and I must say enthusiastic participation from the industry. It's come down significantly, totally on board and they're contributing to that. Mr. Kapoor then basically told us that even small manufacturers have small bakeries for making biscuits, etc. are now made so So again, that progress is substantive. And you heard the chef's response to the comments which we had in the last 15-20 minutes. Maybe I'll now request Mohanji to give his view as a regulator.
I would take this opportunity in presence of the Honorable Minister that making dietary changes is perhaps a very difficult. We are engaged in this activity to provide healthier dietary options to our people, and one of the several areas in which we are working.
fund is cost. We take this opportunity.
Hello. Hello. Just. Hello. 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 Just. Hello. Hello.
Grand VIP Hotels, Chennai. Alma Baby Limited. B Bakers. Stop. Baker's Stop, sorry. Hunger on Fire, Bakery. Mrs. Baxter's Food Specialty Limited. Barbecue Chennai and Jubilant Foods Puducherry.
the dais, Shri Pawan Agrawal ji, CEO, FSSAI, Chef Manjeet Gill ji, Chef Mr. Soundarajan, Padam Shri Dr. Nikhil Tandon, Mr. Rajkumar, Mr. Yadav, all the other distinguished dignitaries and honorable chefs from all the parts of the country and abroad. Well, when Mr. Soundarajan was presenting me with this felicitation or award or memento, he said, "You have come for the first time." So, I have not come for the first time, you have invited me for the first time. I am in public life for over 25 years now. Have won 7 elections till now, 7 out of 7. And I started my public life being the Health Minister of Delhi. And this is the second time when I have become Union Health Minister. So you never thought it important to involve the Health Minister of the country or the capital of India. But there, down there, I see it's written, "I am proud to be a chef." But I can proudly say that I am proud to be with chefs. And I don't say that just because I have come to your function. I really mean it. And I say that from my heart. Because I have been to hundreds and thousands of different types of functions at national and international level all over the world and in all parts of the country for multiple reasons, and within health area also for multiple types of subjects, multiple types of meetings, multiple types of congress on diverse issues. But I can say with utmost sincerity and honesty that nothing has given me more pleasure and satisfaction than being with you in this meeting for such an important subject of public interest. And it's really beyond my vocabularies and my linguistic abilities to describe the sense of pleasure that I derive today in this function. When you are all taking this pledge just now, all the members of the Indian Federation of Culinary Associations and of course our international guests and participants in this 8th international conference of yours, I was reminded of a function which I had attended in 2017. And the function was held at my own party headquarters. And the Prime Minister of India, that was 2017, some 2 years back. And he was delivering his speech. While delivering his speech, the Prime Minister said that, please imagine for a moment that it was 1942 today and the whole country was in a different mood everybody's heart and soul was motivated with the spirit of Quit India movement. And 5 years later, in 1947, India got independence. So today in 2017, I want to place before you my own dream of delivering a new India to every Indian by 2022. And just like people pledged for a Quit India movement in 1942, I want you to pledge for a new India 5 years later in 2022. I want to bring back smiles on everybody's face. I want to be a party to the alleviation of the sufferings of every Indian. I want every child to grow in a perfect manner. I want every child to be thoroughly educated with exact health parameters. He should have adequate nutrition, he should have adequate calories, and we should have a new India where people are committed for values, people are committed for integrity, honesty, sincerity, and where people strongly believe in the power of humanism and nationalism. And I want all of you, each and every Indian, to become a part of my dream. And when you are just pledging here, even if you are not following all these rules, I know that it is not so simple for anybody in the system or outside to either punish you or put you behind bars. That is the ground reality. But this is the sense of sincerity and your honesty and your commitment for values that makes you feel so that you are pledging at a public function. You are pledging from the depth of your heart and soul. And you are talking about what? You are talking about ensuring that we are fulfilling the international commitment that we have made to the whole world, to the World Health Organization. At least 1 year in advance, we are talking about doing it by 2022. You want to eliminate trans fat, not from your lives, but you are thinking about others. You are trying to plan a strategy, aggressive strategy to ensure that no one in this country is ultimately, you can say, deprived of good health. He is subjected to the suffering from trans fat. I know as a doctor what is the meaning of the menace of non-communicable diseases, how much the country is spending to actually treat people who are affected by the menace of non-communicable diseases, whether it is the coronary artery disease, whether it is diabetes. We have an expert of diabetes sitting here right on the stage. You must have heard his learned views also, whether it is cancers or for that matter, so many other diseases. And if people like you, who are in such an important position, I don't think there could be anybody else who holds an important portfolio in the country than all of you, because you are actually responsible you are in fact professionally capable, and you have the knowledge, you have the will, you have the facility to actually help with a small input from your side, with a small application of mind and sincerity from your side. You are going to deliver a human service to the humanity. You are going to take care of the health of millions of people in this country. And when somebody does good things at the top, it sends a very strong and powerful message for the rest of the people in the country to follow. It is not that only these 1,000 people who are part of this audience are going to take this message, but this message is going to travel wide and far at a very, very fast pace. That for the first time in an international conference of chefs, what was being discussed? It was about the ill effects of trans fats. It was about a pledge. It was about a green or purple certificate. It was about a logo. It was a discussion about how is people's health going to be adversely affected. And what is that small contribution that we can make? So this is a very, very important moment for India. And when I say that this is an important moment for India, I really mean exactly what I have said. For me, it's not a routine, usual meeting where somebody will come and somebody will go, somebody will talk about something and everybody will forget later on. When you will follow it up with action, it will mean a lot to the whole country. And that is why when we have pledged that we want to deliver health for all to every Indian in the new India of the dreams of our Prime Minister, we really mean it. And we want to ensure that every factor that matters for health must be taken care of in the right strict and in the right perfect manner. That is why you have seen a large number of health initiatives. You have seen the passion of the Prime Minister of India, who has given the most powerful and the most ambitious and the most passionate Ayushman Bharat program for the whole country, where in a country as big as having 1.35 billion people, we are going to ensure that at least to have a modest beginning, at least 550 million of them, that means 55 crores of them will have access to the best possible tertiary care services of health in the best possible state-of-the-art hospitals at any place in the country, wherever they fall ill, irrespective of wherever they have got their birth or wherever they have got their place of birth. But there is a blessing of the government supporting them in their bad times, and already you have seen that the whole program has ensured that at least 5 million, 50 lakh people, they have already benefited from the scheme. Nobody ever thought of such a massive help for the poor people of this country. Nobody ever thought that we will produce 1.5 lakh health and wellness centers all over the country, in the remotest part of the country, to ensure that we provide not only the curative services but also the preventive and the positive health and the promotive health services to every poor person. For every person who attains the age of 30, we subject him to an early diagnosis of hypertension or diabetes or for cancers of the various prevalent types, etc., etc. We provide every child with a vaccine. We ensure that we actively search for those children who were deprived of a vaccine in spite of a universal immunization program. So many things. Nobody ever thought that we will eliminate tuberculosis in this country 5 years earlier than the goal of the international community. So, and that is why, for the first time, in a country which was ridden with problems related to malnutrition and problems because of bad nutrition, problems because of undernutrition, problems because people didn't even have an average caloric intake which was necessary. Most of the people didn't have even that. And in a country where, because of the eating habits, because of the lack of right type of education and information and things like that, people were suffering, the Prime Minister of India thought of a Poshan Abhiyan. He spoke about a Poshan mission, and the current period is one of those periods where there is an active Poshan Abhiyan going on in the country. Last month itself, in the presence of the regional director of the World Health Organization, in the presence of all the health ministers of the Southeast Asian countries, India took the lead and pledged and enthusiastically launched the Eat Right India campaign for the first time in this country. And there are so many facets of it. FSSAI is working in virtually every field which was literally unthinkable earlier. And that is why this meeting of chefs is being supported and is being, you can say, the presence of the CEO of FSSAI. It reflects and it also speaks volumes about the commitment of this government. So, friends, I can go on and on, because health is a subject which is so dear to me. I have spent all my life working for the field of health. Almost it is since the time I entered medical college, it's over 4 or 5 decades now. I have been health minister in Delhi. I am still union health minister. I have worked with the World Health Organization for over a decade, with all the medical associations and all related people who work and are committed for the field of health. And to that great list of people who work for the field of health. And I fondly remember when 25 years back I was blessed by the God to dream about a polio-free India, and we started working on it. We had the support of over 400 organizations in the city of Delhi itself, which produced a successful pulse polio immunization campaign on 2nd of October 1994. 2 days back we celebrated the silver jubilee of that 2nd of October 1994. And in the last 25 years I have seen hundreds and I would say thousands of volunteers and organizations who are so committed and who are so desperately passionate to see that day when we are able to actually deliver the health for all. For the country, we are able to successfully create an example which can be emulated by the whole world. The country looks towards India with great hopes because we have a very powerful DNA. Our forefathers have taught us the right things, whether they are about nutrition, whether they are about our eating habits, whether they are about conservation of environment, etc., etc. It is only that we have probably forgotten them. The time is ripe for remembering all of it, and you have seen with the great, I would say, enthusiasm, we saw how the Prime Minister and his actions were watched, whether it was United Nations or whether it was the American soil. Everywhere, the country is looking towards India with great hope. The whole world is looking towards us with great hope. And I am going back today from this function with a lot of confidence, because now I have the strength and the backing of the chefs of India and the chefs of the international community also supporting this movement. And once you have pledged, I am sure that in the years to come, we will start seeing a significant decline in the incidence of a number of diseases, and more particularly the non-communicable diseases in the country. And I don't think there could be anyone happier than the Health Minister of India after this function. So once again, I wish all of you my sincere most gratitude. Thank you so much. I really, I don't have the exact words to really be able to thank you, but I know that by thanking you, it may be like belittling your contribution, because you are doing it as a part of your moral duty. You are doing it as your service to the country, to the service of humanity, as a service to the people. And I am sure this day, this is 4th of October 2019, it should go down in history of India as a very, very important day for the health of India. Thank you so much. Namaskar. Jai Hind. Bharat Mata ki jai. हमारे फूड की क्वालिटी, जिसके लिए ईट राइट इंडिया मूवमेंट है। अब ईट राइट इंडिया मूवमेंट के लिए जो कुछ खाना है वो अगर ठीक नहीं होगा तो घर में तो आप कंट्रोल कर लोगे, बाहर कैसे कंट्रोल करोगे? तो बाहर तो जो है शेफ़ जो हमें खिलाएगा वही हमारे लिए महत्वपूर्ण होगा, जो बेकरी वाला हमारे को खिलाएगा वो महत्वपूर्ण होगा। तो एक बार इन्होंने संकल्प ले लिया तो फिर जो ट्रांस फैट फ्री जो भारत हमें बनाना है, जो अंतर्राष्ट्रीय संकल्प हमने लिया है 2023 में, तो विश्व स्वास्थ्य संगठन कह रहा है, हम कह रहे हैं 2022 में हम नए इंडिया के अंदर ये भी ट्रांस फ्री फैट जो है इंडिया डिलीवर करेंगे। तो ये बहुत बड़ा योगदान है और मुझे बड़ी खुशी है कि हमारा FSSAI जो हमारी हेल्थ मिनिस्ट्री की इतनी महत्वपूर्ण संस्था है और उनके सभी हमारे अधिकारी हैं, पवन अग्रवाल जी हैं, इनकी पूरी टीम है। ये लोग बहुत मेहनत से और डाइवर्स फील्ड्स में काम कर रहे हैं, हर पहलू को कवर कर रहे हैं और खाली थियोरेटिकली हम लोग कवर नहीं कर रहे हैं, हम इसका बड़ा जन आंदोलन बनाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। हम हर उस संगठन को, हर उस व्यक्ति को उसमें जोड़ना चाहते हैं जिसका कुछ भी योगदान हो सकता है। और इसलिए आपने देखा कि आज मैं स्वयं यहाँ पर आया हूँ और इनसे बातचीत किया है और मुझे लगा है कि वास्तव में जो प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा कि उन्हें अपने सपनों के नए भारत में सारे देश के हर व्यक्ति का सपना जोड़ना है, तो आज शेफ्स ने भी अपना सपना प्रधानमंत्री के सपने के साथ जोड़ दिया।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सर।
पे जाना, स्पेस नहीं है ना। होगी अब।
बहुत बढ़िया।